Hello, viewers. Welcome to your very own YouTube channel of budding journalists. And this is Vinay Kulkarni to talk to you on your very favorite subject, that is mass communication and journalism. So, the topic for this video is creative writing. And we have with us today Mr. Chaitanya Gite. Sir has completed his MPhil and is on his way towards PhD in English literature. Mr. Chaitanya Gite is also a young generation faculty for creative writing, technical writing, and English literature in renowned colleges and universities. So, let us understand about creative writing from basics to opportunities. Chaitanya sir to our channel of budding journalists and a new episode of this particular channel, or you can say a new video of this particular channel exclusively on creative writing. Welcome to our channel, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So, to start with the short journey of our interview, can you, for our viewers, sir, can you, in very simple words, tell us what is the basic concept which is called as creative writing? What is creative writing?
Yes, sir. So when we just talk about, let us say, creativity, we only involve ourselves into like set boundaries. Whenever we like speak about creativity, we only think about in case of, let us say, peculiar terminologies, and we have a lot of things in our mind and we are confused about them. Okay, when we just discuss about creative aspect in case of writing, we need to understand writing quite well, because ultimately it's one of the key four skills of language that we can just talk about. The four skills which are like reading, writing, obviously that we are talking about writing, so speaking and listening. So out of which writing is a productive skill. When we just talk about, let us say, writing as a productive skill, and we talk about creativity, we need to involve ourselves into a particular sort of thinking. We need to adapt to that particular thinking, or we need to be very natural about it sometimes. And when we just talk about creativity, we are talking about writing, or let us say, writing in a particular way in which you can explore all the boundaries of, let us say, language. When we are just talking about it, requires you to have a sense of observation. Then apart from that, we need to understand all the natural aspects of language. Apart from language, we need to understand a lot of aspects regarding environment and our surroundings, so that we can involve all of them together in our writing, and which I think will be a good basis for creative writing. It's basically going beyond the boundaries, or the going beyond the set norms of let us say professional type of writing. It's let us say, we can say in a way that it's polar opposite of academic way of writing as such, which people call that we need to have, let us say, an introduction, then we need to have let us say the content in the paragraphs, and then we have a conclusion. So it's not like that. It's a completely different way of writing that we can just talk about. Yes, sir.
So, in short, can we say it's creative writing is, as firstly you said, it's breaking all the boundaries of linguistics or language which are normally followed in formal writing, breaking all those
Yes, sir.
frames of formal writing and going beyond
Yes,
that.
sir.
Can you state an
Yes.
example for this?
So there is a brilliant example. I would like to quote a very famous poet in English literature known as Seamus Heaney. He is a very famous poet in our field, but unfortunately he is no more. But one of the best writers, regarded as in case of, let us say, writing, as well as, let us say, even if you just like observe his interviews, these are very much inspirational, as we can see. Now, I would quote an example from his poem known as Digging. And in the poem Digging, written by Seamus Heaney, he says that between my finger and my thumb, the squat pen rests snug as a gun. And towards the end of the poem, when he repeats the same lines, okay, he just like adds one more line, and he says, I'll dig with it. So basically, it's all, let us say, some kind of an exploration. We can just talk about some kind of way of discovering new things and incorporating them into your writing, so that we can influence a lot of people. And then apart from that, people can think about it. And basically, literary artists are very famous in case of creative writing. Basically, creative writers later on develop into, let us say, poets, and basically we call them novelists or dramatists.
So, poets, novelists, dramatists, they are, of course, those who are related to writing all these genres, they are first creative writers, is that?
We can say like that, sir. We can say like that. Yes.
We thought of speaking to you as creative writing being the base today in many upcoming fields. Like there are amazing careers in this particular field of creative writing further, which give you a lot of name, fame, money, and identity also. So, for our students as well as the viewers, can you tell us the subtypes which come under creative writing?
Um, Basically, sir, as you have said, basically we can just call them genres, or we can call them types, or we can call them sections of creative writing as such. Basically, if you just talk about writing, there are different ways in which you can categorize, but I would be very traditional about the way in which creative writing is expected. Mostly, it is about poetry and fiction. And if you
Poetry
want
and
to deal
fiction.
with poetry and yes, poetry and fiction, if you just want to like talk about poetry, then poetry basically requires you to have a higher sort of understanding than what generally people have, and this is basically regarded as one of the key skills of creativity that we can just talk about. Because ultimately, if you just talk about, some people regard that basically poetry is only meant for a few people to read, but that is not the way. As I would like to quote the very specific William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge, these were the poets from the Romanticist era who actually advocated a way of writing poetry which is universal in nature, something that everyone can understand. And from that particular era till today, we have different ways in which poetry is written. And if you just talk about, let us say, fiction has changed its forms many times. If you just talk about the transitional aspect of fiction, it has changed a lot, because ultimately, if you just talk about the time span in which people read nowadays, it has become shorter and shorter. It doesn't go, let us say, the length of the novels, if you just talk about it on an average, it has drastically changed. As it was earlier, it was not like let us say we just took a novel and we read it for a very long period of time. People used to be involved in reading, but nowadays people are more interested in reading short stories. That is the thing. But we cannot say that the novel has lost its strength, because the novel is still regarded as one of the most important forms of fiction. So basically, we can say that these two uh, genres are especially important when it comes to developing creative writing.
So first, as you said, it was about poetry, and secondly about novel, which gives a
Yes.
creative writer an identity in the society that yes, he is a poet whose book has been published or books have been published, and yes, he's a novelist. Okay,
Yes, sir.
sir. So going to the next question, if some person feels like he wants to enter into the he wants to be a creative writer, so can you point out a few basic qualities which you expect in a person to become a creative writer, or is it that any person can be a creative writer?
Basically, to be a writer, especially not a creative writer, but to be a writer, you should have good command over language. So
Mhm.
this is the basis of any kind of writing. If you just talk about, if you know more than three languages, if you can read, write, speak, listen in, let us say, more than three languages, or at least three languages, then basically it is an advantage for the person. So basically, I wouldn't say that you are born with creativity, and then basically everyone needs to have some sort of gift, or you need to have a talent as such.
Mhm.
You develop it according to the surroundings. You observe the surroundings and then you learn. So basically, anyone can be a good creative writer if he or she is a good observer most of the times. And if you want formal education, of course, it's available.
Can you just repeat those points, very important points you focused on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reading,
Reading,
writing, listening, and
listening,
speaking.
and speaking, and at
Yes.
least in three languages,
Yes,
minimum in
at
three
least in three
languages.
languages. At least
Okay.
in three languages, so that you can use a mix of all the words, and basically you can involve yourselves in code mixing or code switching.
Can you give an example where you need one language in other language while creative writing, say from any particular field, like advertisement or
I
something?
would Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would cite an example of, let us say, an advertisement where we just speak about in English, and then we just include a Hindi phrase or a Marathi phrase, and it has become legendary. So, if you just talk about Nirma advertisement, I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone knows about it. Or almost, I would say that most of your viewers would know about that particular advertisement, washing powder Nirma. And then again, you have let us say a completely different kind of a jingle which actually rings in our mind still. It's still fresh today. So basically, if you just talk about this particular advertisement, or we can say a recent one, I would like to cite an example of Mountain Dew, डर के आगे जीत है. So if you just, let us say, explain it in a different way, we can include let us say phrases which are catchy so that people can be attracted. And if you have a good understanding, if you use catchy phrases or punch words, as many people call them, or let us say phrases that you can include, basically people are attracted towards it. So basically in advertisement you require the let us say a good understanding of at least three languages, I would say.
Very fantastic example. So if you are like in the advertising team producing advertisement for Mountain Dew, so obviously people will look upon you as someone who is very fluent and expert in English. But that guy himself or herself should also have that sense of डर के आगे जीत है. This Hindi flavor also he should have it.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Great. That was a
It depends.
perfect.
It depends on the audience, sir, or your consumers. Basically, the consumers, their age, their understanding, and your target. So basically, if you combine all the factors, I would say that yes, good understanding of languages is an advantage.
Okay, that was great, sir. So the next question is very obvious. Is there any professional course or academic course about content writing?
Yes, sir. There are several courses basically online. If you just search for them, you can get information for it mostly on the websites of, let us say, good universities abroad, even Ivy League universities. If you just call them like Harvard University, or for example, basically they have this particular course, or if not, basically a specific course for dedicated to this type of writing. At least they would include it in one of their courses. So basically, I would suggest that a degree in English literature or a degree in liberal arts would certainly be an advantage, so that you can develop your writing. But I would say that if not a degree, then definitely a diploma would be an advantage. And many open universities in India also focus on these types of writing, and especially content writing.
So for audience, this was a very important clue. Okay, you can look out for such courses if you want your certification. A person takes up a degree or a certificate, as you said, or we discussed right now, and he plans to enter into the profession as a creative writer. So, what are the job opportunities that he has won? And secondly, how can he start on his own, say as an entrepreneur or a businessman?
Um, Both the factors are quite balanced. I would say that first of all, I would say that before you pursue creative writing, you should have your needs met, because ultimately you need to have basic education, if not basic education, at least good understanding of languages. Then apart from that, for a proper career option as such, if you just like to think about, let us say, a career in creative writing, you can pursue different careers in journalism. You can pursue careers in communication, media, advertising, or even, I would say, public relations, where people write a lot of things. And apart from that, corporate communications, then I would say professional writing. And apart from professional writing, even I would say that in some ways, or in some sections or some areas of publishing also, creative writing is required. But I would specifically focus on, I would say, media, advertising, and public relations. Apart from that, there is a lot of creativity, as we can see in the speeches of several politicians. Also, we can if someone is very much interested in politics, he can or she can involve themselves into that type of, let us say, a career as such.
Okay, that is very interesting because they need creative things and creative concepts, right, to make their speeches very impressive. But my question to you, sir, is can a person take up creative writing as a full-time career? Like,
As a novelist, sir, I would say that I would not recommend as such that you pursue, let us say, a full-time career in creative writing, but you can get, let us say, an opportunity in screenwriting, or let us say films, or let us say web series. Nowadays, you can see that there are several like series or films, or let us say media. Most importantly, we can say that where you can involve yourselves in that particular career. But I would not recommend that you just like write poetry and fiction and publish and then expect a huge amount of money. I would say that basically you can pursue a different career as such.
okay, so we can say take up a career, full-time career in a particular field, and along with that, not exactly plan B, but something which goes parallel to that. Start with
Yes.
it as a hobby, grow yourselves, develop yourselves, tap the opportunities, and once you get that grip, then you can decide to switch over. Is that
Yes, sir. Also, I would add to this particular point that if you have passion for writing, because ultimately that is a prerequisite of writing, we can say that a passionate writer would certainly be an advantage, or I would say that a passionate writer would certainly be a bit creative. I would like to add. Yes.
so? You should have that passion of writing.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Can you just, we are coming to, as we have our time restrictions. So, can you share one or two interesting experiences which you had as whenever you did creative writing?
As a creative writer, I would cite two examples basically. One was in the university when I was studying for my MPhil. I was completing my MPhil research at that point of time, and I had an opportunity to complete a creative writing course, a certificate course, which was a part of the university, and it was conducted by Randir Khare. He is a great creative writer, and basically I was a student of that particular course, and earlier I had no experience of creative writing. But as I listened to the stories, or I would say that as I listened to poetries and different observations that he had made, I developed myself a lot during that particular entire course duration. I would say of those 3 months, I developed my writing. Then apart from that, I was involved in another course conducted by him, another workshop which focused on creative writing and travel writing
And
as
travel
such.
writing.
So, yes, so it was a brilliant experience for me as a writer. I incorporated a lot of elements into my writing, which I've published on the blogs and all. And apart from that, I've also uh, incorporated some of the elements from those courses, and I've taught them during teaching literature as such.
One important question, as you spoke about teaching now, I would like to have that feedback from you because I know you have been a good teacher. I have always seen you passionate about teaching. So, how do you find this particular upcoming generation which is doing graduation and post graduation as far as creative writing or writing passion, as you said?
I would certainly appreciate the newer generations, because ultimately, if we just talk about new ways in which technology has influenced us, so basically, rather than I would say that imitating someone else's writing, people are creative. I would not like to criticize people who actually incorporate some elements, because ultimately that is. Let us say taken into consideration, we can say
Obvious,
that
that is
several
obvious.
factors as we borrow certain elements, but borrowing does not mean they're just stealing the words as such. I would say that they're definitely creative, the newer generations, which I would say they write their blogs. And apart from that, even on YouTube, if we just talk about, let us say, vlogging, they do write down a bit of script and then they vlog in different areas. So vlogging, blogging, definitely we can see creativity all around us.
So, you are very
Yes,
much hopeful about the young generation coming into creative
definitely.
writing. Yeah.
Definitely, sir.
Okay, that was great. Last question, sir. So, what is your message to those who are thinking of seriously thinking of creative writing? What any takeaways you can suggest from this interview for them?
Basically, I would like to talk about the channel Budding Journalists, which I think has been instrumental in uh, telling about information or giving away information, which is certainly crucial in career of we can say journalism or mass communication. And especially if we just talk about these students, these budding students, I would say they should focus on if someone is interested in creative writing. So if you're interested in creative writing, I would suggest that you read a lot. Basically, you need to read different types of writings, or we can say you can read or you can just read the newspapers, I would suggest, because ultimately that is the basis of journalism. In newspapers also we'll find that there are certain columns which are very creative in nature. I would certainly cite an example of Speaking Tree from the Times of India. Then apart from that, we have, yes, where you can observe the things. Basically, you need to observe things from the newspapers, magazines, some booklets which we can find, and even advertisements, because I would like to tell them that basically they can observe the advertisements as such. For example, I would certainly again cite the example of Amul ads, Amul advertisements, where we find a lot of creativity as they catch one trend, and then basically they try to incorporate that into their writing as such. So basically, a good observer will be a good creative writer. That's my message.
So thank you so
sir.
much. I also thank you for saying so good things about our channel, Budding Journalists, complimenting our channel and our efforts, our team of budding journalists. And thank you so much for so willingly sparing holiday afternoon to share all your precious thoughts and knowledge. I'm sure it will definitely be very much helpful to our viewers, students, and help them in their long run as a career. Because content, as we said, it's going to be very strong and very powerful hereafter. And if it's creative content, so sky is the limit for creativity. So thank you so much for joining us on this channel. Hope for your further long-term association with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.